Howdy guys, lovely to see you all again. Today we're going to be looking at that cheeky little tapping solo at the end of Perfect Insanity by Disturbed. Let's take a look. Alright, so before we get too excited, we just need to talk about the tuning, which is E flat standard, which goes E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and another E flat. So get yourself a tune and we'll get started. Alright, so we're going to be dividing this up into 4 mini chunks. I want to start off with a tap from 15 of the first string, and then I'm going to pull off from 12 to 10 on my fretting hand. And altogether we want to sort of start off with a group of 6. So I'm going to go tap, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, and that should give us 6 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So obviously we can't get back to the picking, so a lot of that's going to occur with legato, and that's going to be my first group of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I want to repeat that 6-note pattern 4 times. After that, we're going to do 2 groups of 4. So this is a similar idea, just less notes. I'm going to do the tap and then 12, 10, 12. That's my group of 4. And then I bring the tap over to 17 and do the same thing. Tap, 12, 10, 12. So we're going to go, hopefully that's making sense. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is very, very similar, but my index finger is now going to be on 9th fret. So the 12 is going to be the same, the pull-off pulse is going to be the same, and the taps are going to be the same. We've just got a bigger gap between the 12 and the 9 instead of 12 and the 10. So I'll show you that nice and slow. I'm going to do the 6-note group exactly the same, just with a bigger gap. And then the 2 4-note groups. It's exactly the same. Let's try them back to back. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then I work into this phrase. I was going to start off with this. There's actually no tap at the start of this one. I'm going to play 6 to 7 3 times as a hammer-on pull-off, which will give us 6 notes. After that, I'm going to have 3 tapped groups with a group of 6. So I'm going to tap 12 and then play 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do the same thing with a 15 tap and then a 12 tap again. So that'll give us 3 groups of 6 with a tap. So let's add the legato at the start of that, and that should give us most of section 3. To finish it off, I'm going to have 2 groups of 4. So once again, we've got 4 groups of 6 and 2 groups of 4. So the last thing I do is I'm going to tap 15, and then I'm going to go 7, 6, 7. And then 12, 7, 6, 7. All together. Hopefully that's making sense. Now this last one does involve a big position shift. We do start with the tap, which is quite weird. I'm going to have 4 notes here. I'm going to tap 6, pull off 4, 3, open. From that point, I'm going to do a tap that goes 6, 7, 6 as a slide. And then from that point, the pull-offs are going to be the same. So what's really strange about this part is that we've got 4 notes, then 6 notes, 4 notes, then 6 notes. So the pulse of it is kind of weird because you kind of end up with like 10-note groupings. So I'll show you that nice and slowly. I'm going to repeat that 4, 6 idea 2 times in a row. That's going to sound like this. Okay, now the last group is nearly exactly the same. So it's nearly the same thing 3 times. We're just going to go through the tapping, the sliding tapping phrase, but just end on the 3 pull-offs. So it'll go. I'm just ending on 3. And I think Dan might even do a cheeky dive on the recording. So I'll show you that last chunk and then we'll put it all together. Hopefully that's making sense. Let's go right back to the start, put it all together, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was the solo from Perfect Insanity by Disturbed. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And please check the links in the description box to my Udemy courses, my Facebook fan page, and also my Patreon. And if you're into a cheeky little read, I have just released my first book, Ultimate Shred Machine. Talks about legato, shredding, sweeping, tapping, bunch of exercises, heaps of tips to get you better in all of those areas and get your soloing chops up. Anyway, enough about that. Hope you guys are well, and I will catch you for some more shredding delightful solos very soon.